Please put your hands together and welcome to the show, the people's host, DJ Kayotic. What's going on, DJ Kayotic?
Try to keep these lights on. You already know what it is.
Keep the lights on. I know the feeling. I know how they work. But listen, we met back in December, though, back in Houston, and I tell you, you had me and the crowd just going in. But since then, you've really been staying busy, and I saw that you are the ambassador for Foot Action, which I think is amazing.
It is.
Tell our listeners more about that. What exactly does that all entail?
To me, it's a unique and a great opportunity. Foot Action reached out to myself and my team a couple of months ago, and they were in the process of putting an ambassador program together. Pretty much, the trendsetters, the influencers of the market, and they put a program together. They was going to basically put 30 ambassadors worldwide together. And they sorted me out, and they felt like I was the right fit for what they had going on to be attached to a brand like Foot Action. That's definitely a household name when it comes to shopping and being a trendsetter and being an influencer. What I've utilized it for is a platform to be able to give back, believe it or not. My thing is, I could have been the greedy guy and say, oh, yeah, I'm with Foot Action now. I'm going to get some free sneakers or some free shirts. Whereas for me, on a weekly basis, we'll do different things where we'll go out and do initiatives with, underprivileged kids and do like raffles or do like contests, impromptu contests, figure out who's doing the best in school, whatever it be, and give them gift cards. With those gift cards, they can go out and shop and things of that nature. So really, I use it as a platform to be able to give back. It's a growing opportunity. It's a growing situation. It's a growing relationship. So, it's definitely in the infantile stage. I call us newlyweds. So, we're just developing the marriage right now, but it's definitely sky's the limit. I'm excited about it. Like I said, we've just been, scratching the surface on things we're going to do. We're planning and ramping up for Super Bowl weekend and All-Star weekend. We'll do a lot of things there, bells and whistles in stores. I'll be DJing live inside Foot Action and doing more aggressive campaigns, on the marketing side where it's, a co-branded situation with DJ Kayotik and Foot Action. Again, I'm very excited. I'm thankful, very humble.
That is absolutely phenomenal. Congratulations on that. That is huge.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's a good way to tie my nonprofit. They're in full support of the foundation, so it helps.
Absolutely. You know what? And we're going to talk about your foundation too. So let's just jump right into that. So you started the Kayotic Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization. It is dedicated to improving the quality of life for youth. So
correct.
I want to know, because of your history growing up in Queens, New York, is that why you find the time to give back to the community and also travel to different schools to talk to children about the importance of education?
Absolutely. I mean, again, as you related to, I am from Jamaica, Queens, New York. I'm born and raised in the projects, believe it or not. And at this day and age, kids see a lot. When I was growing up, I saw a lot, but not as much as what these kids see on a daily basis, whether it be the internet, in person, etc. So I feel like our youth is growing at an extremely rapid pace. When I was growing up, I was that kid that had opportunities to go left or go right. And I always, thankfully, with my mother being involved and keeping me straight-headed, I continue to go right instead of going left. And I had plenty of opportunities to go left, but I'm thankful for the path that I chose. I'm thankful for the career path that I've chosen, the things that I've done in my life, because it's my makeup, it's my character, and it made me the man I am today. When I go out and tell kids my story, you wouldn't believe that, when I was 15, I was homeless. I was a kid in high school that wore the same outfit 3 days a week. And with no shame, it is what it is. When you're growing up in life, you hit bumps in the road, and, those bumps in the road build you up to be the person that you are. My mother's my best friend, so we went through the trenches and trials and tribulations together. And I'm thankful for those trials and tribulations because, not only did it show me how strong a woman she is or how strong a woman in general can be, it also made me a better and stronger man. The Kayotic Foundation is an acronym for my name, which is Kareem, and it's Kareem's Alternative Youth Options to Improve Kids. I give them alternative youth options to improve themselves. There's alternate ways of, you don't have to go sell drugs. You don't have to go play basketball. You don't have to do anything what everybody else is doing. You can do whatever you put your mind to in a positive light, and you could be that person, whoever you want to be. Somebody told Barack Obama he couldn't be president, and now look at him. Somebody told me I couldn't be a DJ. Now look at me. So I come in and I kind of just hone in on what they perceive as negative. I flip it into a positive. I understand what kids go through. I understand what our young adults and I used to go through. I understand how the world is moving at a very fast pace, and they're trying to keep up with the fashion, the trends, the limelight, etc. Mm-hmm. But when you share a story that they can relate to, it really drills in on them, and they get it. When I go and talk to the youth, they really understand. They feel and see my passion with my story, and the facade of oh, he's a DJ, he's a radio personality, he's in the limelight. Nah, it took a lot of hard work and dedication to get to this point. But I always instill in them, listen to your parents, listen to your teachers, eat 3 meals a day, eat the right foods, because all that gives you the brain power to hone in on your craft or whatever you want to be. And, it's not just for youth. My foundation, we go out and do Feed the Homeless. We did a big, strong initiative where we gave away $10,000 worth of toys this past Christmas to the Scottish Rite Hospital, which is for kids with kids that have scoliosis. So, I try to just spread myself with the foundation and spread myself on giving back, because I feel like God has blessed me with the position that I'm in right now of being able to touch the masses, whether it be in the clubs or on the airwaves. Mm-hmm. So if I don't use that blessing to my advantage to say, you know what, I need to speak to people, he's blessed me with this talent, then I'm not doing my due diligence.
Wow. Now you are the people's host, and you have the experience of opening up for great artists. I want to know, how do you find the time when the business that we are in is so demanding?
I ask myself that question sometimes as well. A lot of tireless nights. I got a motto: hustlers never sleep, we take naps. So I take a lot of naps. I take a lot of naps, a lot of cat naps. I'm just dedicated and focused. Don't get me wrong, there's moments when I get tired and I got to take a break. When you want something so bad, when you want your team to be successful, it's not so much about me. It's about my team. When you have so many people that you support and they support you, it's vital to stay committed to the mission. And my mission right now is to take the brand of Kayotic global. My mission is to take my nonprofit worldwide. So, I use those two things to push me. And when I get tired, I think about the moments when I used to eat syrup sandwiches. I think about that homeless man that's out there right now in the street that's picking in the trash to get something to eat. I could be that person. There's so many different things that motivate me to be who I am that, a lot of people don't understand. Music motivates me. The craft, the art form of being a DJ motivates me. So I have so many different self-motivators that whenever I feel a moment of being tired, I pull from certain things that keeps me motivated, whether it be childhood trials and tribulations, current affairs, kids, whatever it may be. I hone in on that, and I use that as my motivator to push me to the limit. Turn up, turn down for what?
So, and just with your many achievements, from the Full Action ambassador that you're doing now, your foundation, those are the two most important ones. I'm going to have at the top. But then also opening up for great performances such as Lil Wayne, Chris Brown, Tyrese, and and many others. How does that make you feel? Are you like, oh my God, the pressure, or do you feed off of the pressure?
It used to be pressure. Now it's just more pure excitement. Like, I'm blessed to be at the biggest and number one club in the state of Texas, which has allowed me to touch many artists and numerous patrons on a nightly basis. Any given weekend I touch over 8,000 people. A lot of DJs can't say that, and I'm thankful for that, and it humbles me. In the same token, I'm not only touching that many people, but I'm having the opportunity to be on stage with the Lil Waynes, the Drakes, the 2 Chainz, the Yo Gottis, the Tyreses, the Chris Browns, the Rihannas. The list goes on and on and on. And it's got to the point now where, I used to get very nervous because sometimes they would bring their DJs in, sometimes they didn't. And now the comfort level is there. When these guys come to the market, either I pair up with their resident, their own DJs, or I just DJ their sets. And it's a huge accomplishment when somebody you don't know, you don't have any chemistry with, and I just rock with him, I vibe with him, and the energy is there. The energy is there, you know. And I'm a true entertainer. You know, I like not only for the patrons to enjoy themselves. I want the bartenders, I want the waitress, I want the porta potty, the guys that do the little cleaning up the kitchens. I want everybody to enjoy themselves. Security, I want everybody to enjoy themselves and leaving there sweating. And more importantly, the artist. You know, I want the artist to be like, yo, this DJ's off the hook. Like, he's not playing. Like, because I want them to enjoy themselves and come back.
What's next for you?
Honestly, right now, is you know, outside of doing more tour dates globally, you know, I'm definitely looking to go state to state, city to city, and then we're actually looking at some overseas dates in the very, very near future. So from that standpoint, I'm definitely looking to travel and touch other markets and absorb the energy from, you know, other countries, etc.
I think that you're going to come to Atlanta, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Don't be surprised. You might have one of the major artists from Atlanta on my record. Don't be surprised.
Oh. Like who?
No, I can't speak into this just yet.
Who are you thinking about?
You know, I'm definitely looking at doing some work with Future. You know, I'm definitely looking at doing some work with Rocco. I'm definitely looking at doing some work with Roscoe Dash. You know, just to name a few guys that I have relationships with that, you know, I am in talks with. Nothing's confirmed as of yet. Besides that, in the next month or so, I am getting ready to drop my first record. So I'm now stepping into that realm of the DJ Kayotic and the DJ dramas, and even the DJ clues of some of my own records and soon to be albums. So I'm working on an album. Right now we're getting ready to tease the streets with my first actual single, which I'll be releasing probably the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Who would get the exclusive?
Come on, JB, you know you got the exclusive.
All right, just had to.
JB gonna tell you.
As long as we're on the same page with that, I'm good.
JB gonna tell you.
You know I will. Tommy, you know I'm gonna tell you. Now, I want the folks to know that they can find you Saturdays and Sundays, well, Saturdays from 6 to 10 p.m. and Sundays from 6 to 9 p.m. on 97.9 The Beat in Dallas. Where else can they find you?
Social media is such a huge platform right now. I definitely push people to my website on a daily basis because I'm always communicating and active on my website, which is www.djkayotic.com. Outside of that, of course, Instagram and Twitter at DJ Kayotic. But you can find me coming to a city near you. I definitely want people to follow me. I follow back and enjoy the movement and the wave that we're on right now. I'm definitely going to be traveling very aggressively. I'm actively in New York. I'll be back in New York September 10th doing a showcase at SOB's with BET Music Matters. A young lady by the name of Ashley Kimbray. I'll be DJing her set. So I'll be in the Tri-State area on September 10th. Looking to probably do some more Shade 45s, XM Radio in the near future. We're working on some things with them. Outside of that, I probably have a couple more 106 Park dates coming up as well. So I'm just working. I will be in ATL in the very near future doing some dates out there as well. I think we're talking to Compound, which is one of the big clubs out there, and Rain, I believe. So just working right now. So I'm definitely looking to hit other markets, and when I get out there, we're gonna touch down, JB. We're gonna go eat some Gladys Knight chicken and waffles.
You know, I'm always down for Gladys chicken and waffles.
And then when we leave the club, we gotta go to the Waffle House, get us another covered in.
Hey, they got Waffle House on every corner. Seems like
Exactly.
Man, well, that's what's up. I'm looking forward to seeing you when you make it here, and of course I have to say thank you for joining me tonight on the show. It's been my pleasure.